Talking about Jimmy Kimmel, and Trump loses again because Disney is going to reinstate Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel will have more to say on late night TV. Disney and ABC is going to bring back the comedian to his schedule starting Tuesday night. I know Donald Trump won't be happy, and the stations group as well. But remember that stations group said, hey, he should apologize and he should donate to Turning Point USA. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I know this is a Trump taco without Trump even being involved, at least in the decision. ABC said they thought better of it. They suspended production on the program, they said, because they thought they were trying to cool the temperature in the country, and that they didn't want to further inflame a tense situation at an emotional moment for the country. It's a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday. Donald Trump is going to lose his mind because he loses again. Free speech wins.
Meanwhile,
I have another crazy update for you on Jimmy Kimmel's show being brought back by Disney. Sinclair Broadcast Group, the largest owner of local ABC stations across the country, says that they will still not air Jimmy Kimmel's show. In a new statement, Sinclair said, beginning Tuesday night, Sinclair will be preempting Jimmy Kimmel Live across our ABC affiliate stations and replacing it with news programming. Discussions with ABC are ongoing as we evaluate the show's potential return. Sinclair has also demanded that Jimmy Kimmel publicly apologize and donate to Turning Point USA. But I gotta be honest, this statement is not surprising at all. Sinclair is a full-blown MAGA group. Like, for example, David Smith, the executive chairman of Sinclair, donated $250,000 to Turning Point USA last year. They've also forced a lot of their local stations to read MAGA talking points word for word regarding fake news or CNN or whatever. So screw Sinclair and screw any of these broadcasting groups who continue to bend the knee to Donald Trump. As I've said in previous videos, we will remember that. We will remember the cowardice of these executives at these companies.
hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, we're going to be talking about Jimmy Kimmel and his actual return back. And it's a bit with a switch, all right? It's a bit of a switch because when we're talking about Jimmy Kimmel coming back, it's more of a lines of there's a catch. There's a catch. Because it doesn't seem like every company is working with Jimmy Kimmel at all. So that we have that. And we're going to reissue onto why he's potentially brought back as well, because there's some things that people may need to understand for this maniac to return. So first, we're going to do this. So obviously we have, when does Jimmy Kimmel return to ABC, start time, where to watch, and stream. Says here, Jimmy Kimmel is set to make his return to late night after Disney announced that it would return Jimmy Kimmel Live to the airwaves on Tuesday, September 23rd, but not all ABC stations are set to carry it. It goes on to say here that last Wednesday we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. Disney said in a Monday, September 22 statement to USA Today, we have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday. But there is a catch. So this is from USA Today, and the reason why I'm using this is because, again, there's not a lot of actual sites talking about this, besides for a few, and people just don't care. But there's a bigger reason why this is. And what we have here is this as being simple. We have this from the Post-Millennial saying, Sinclair canceled airing tribute to Charlie Kirk after ABC stations got violent threats. So this just goes to show that this man here was most likely brought back because the far left are violent and they're unhinged and they need to be dealt with swiftly because they obviously can't cohabitate with people in a civil society. They can't do anything that doesn't allow that they can do fairly because they have to invoke fear. As I said before, this is what the left does time and time again. Goes on to say here, Sinclair Broadcast Group scrapped its plans to air a tribute to Charlie Kirk after multiple violent threats were directed at local ABC affiliate stations, according to a report from the New York Post. Last week, Sinclair was set to air the special on its affiliate stations, but abruptly announced it was pulled and would be available on a YouTube link. The TV giant, which owns over 40 local ABC affiliate stations, was facing local threats directed at specific local ABC stations, resulting from the ABC suspension of Jimmy Kimmel, a source told the outlet. The revelations come after a suspect also shut up a local ABC affiliate station in California last week, which I reported yesterday. At the time of pulling the on-air special, Sinclair posted to X, "Tonight, Sinclair will continue to air ABC network programming as scheduled in a late night time period. The Charlie Kirk special will instead be available on the National News Desk's YouTube channel, ensuring viewers can continue to enjoy ABC programming while also providing full access to the special online." The man that was arrested last week for shooting 3 bullets in the ABC affiliate station in Sacramento, California, Annabelle Hernandez Santana, has also had a timeline full of anti-Trump posts on his social media, which, again, I gave you guys in the last video. The Post reports that after shooting, there were increasing concerns about ABC affiliates getting targeted. Sinclair notified law enforcement as well as private security firms over the threats. The source that spoke to the outlet also said that Sinclair added more security measures at its local ABC affiliate stations. So, what we have here is a sign of the violent left going after news organizations after he was banned, right? After he was fired, or rather indiscriminately, or what have you, whatever you want to call it. And the left decided to use violence in order to get what they want, because they can't get it any other way. And so this is the case here. This is one of the main reasons why I think this guy was brought back, because of the fear of the actual left. Because I heard multiple reports from a lot of other conservative people to where people's life were threatened. People they get sent pictures to somebody's parents or kids or etc. This is kind of the thing that the left does. And you can't really stop them from saying that. And I already know that a lot of the far left also do the similar things onto my channel, so it's not really too far. Although I'm not really getting, I do get death threats, but it's mostly in the form of comments most of the time. I don't get emails or any stuff like that, or text messages, because I'm not big enough to get that type of publicity. But we have more with this as well. Nextstar refuses to air Jimmy Kimmel's return to ABC over Charlie Kirk controversy. So, yeah, it ain't good. And it's not just ABC. It's not just Nextstar. It's more than that. Take a look.
Despite Disney's decision to reinstate Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight, ABC's largest affiliate owner, Sinclair, and now Nextstar, have decided they are not airing tonight's show. Nextstar says it'll continue preempting the show until they see change. Quote, "We stand by that decision pending assurance that all parties are committed to fostering an environment of respectful, constructive dialogue in the markets we serve." Nextstar owns 28 ABC affiliates, including in large markets Nashville, Salt Lake City, and New Orleans. This comes after Sinclair yesterday said it still won't air Kimmel on its 40 ABC affiliates, including in Washington, D.C., Seattle, Portland, and St. Louis. Sinclair says it's replacing the show with news programming as it continues discussions with ABC. The decision to air Jimmy Kimmel Live again was reportedly made by Disney CEO Bob Iger after the company says it spent the last few days having, quote, "thoughtful conversations with Jimmy" after he made those controversial comments about Charlie Kirk's assassination. In a statement, Disney explained for the first time why it suspended Kimmel. Quote, "Last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive." It is not clear whether Kimmel will apologize tonight, but Sinclair is demanding Kimmel issue a direct apology to the Kirk family and to make a meaningful personal donation to the family and Turning Point USA. Harris, Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA, is applauding Sinclair's demand for accountability. Disney's decision comes amid pressure from the left, everything from boycotts to condemnations from the Screen Actors Guild and the ACLU. Harris?
Yeah, so that being said, it's not just Nextstar, but also Sinclair. So it's like, again, how many views is this guy going to be getting if he has majority of the ABC cover and all that stuff, and including Sinclair? He's not going to be seen by anybody. He's going to be like a little needle in a haystack talking to people. So until he changes his ways, which he most likely won't because it's Kimmel, he's done. He's done, right? It says Nextstar Group said Tuesday it will keep Jimmy Kimmel Live off its ABC stations following his false claim that Charlie Kirk was ended by a MAGA supporter. The announcement came just a day after Sinclair Broadcast Group revealed it would preempt the late night show despite Disney returning Kimmel to the air. That means ABC's two biggest station owners, overseeing dozens of local affiliates, will not show the late night hosts return to the airways on Tuesday. We made a decision last week, and we're going to keep to it, which is actually what they're saying. But they're pretty much saying Kimmel's ill-timed and insensitive comments at a critical time in our national discourse, Nextstar said in a statement. So, yeah, again, this is not going well. Their boycott actually failed. Their boycott didn't really work because the two companies besides Disney that we have here, it's not hosting him. They're not afraid. They're not doing it. So again, it's not good. And this all goes back to this, guys, to where they canceled the tribute because ABC stations got violent threats. So that being said, they're not going to do this again. Disney most likely got threats from the far left, these maniacs here, these violent individuals, because they're unhinged, and this required and forced Disney to put them back on the air. So two organizations is keeping true to their word, whereas Disney is not, and they're the only one that caves. They're the only one that is supporting this and allowing him to speak. So I don't see how much it's going to do, but it ain't great. And since Disney got threats, probably death threats, even from Bob Iger as himself, probably showing up his kids. These are all alleged. I don't know how true this is, but we know that the left does violent threats. So it ain't too great, and it's very, very limited by the looks of it, and we'll see how this goes, but it's not looking great for Jimmy Kimmel. He's not going to be the big tough guy that he thinks he is. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.